Back in 2003, I remember there was a little mom-and-pop video store, movie gallery. We didn't go there as much as Blockbuster, but I remember renting a particular copy of Ape Escape 2. Eventually the place did shut down, and we ended up purchasing the same copy when they did close due to Blockbuster. And now Blockbuster isn't even around anymore. It's crazy to think. One can't really experience the idea of going to a store, looking at some video games, and renting it for the weekend. Sure, you have services like PlayStation Vue and GameFly, but there was always something about scouring shelves, looking for something to pop at you, and beating it over the weekend. While on that subject, what was up with places taking the game art out of the box and replacing it with their own? GameStop used to do that really bad and made even less sense to me. This game sat awkwardly in my collection until I printed out a replacement cover. Sorry, almost forgot we were reviewing a game. So, this game I played almost as much as the original. The last time I played this was back in high school, I think. One particular thing does come to mind when I think about this particular entry, and that was the voice acting.
What should we do? They look like they're having lots of fun.
Did you catch that? One more time.
Natalie! I sent the professor stuff okay! Jimmy! What are you doing? That was a dirty, low-down, double-crossing trick, Ash Ketchum. That Totodile wouldn't be anywhere near here if it wasn't for me and my lure. Yeah, well, you don't catch a Totodile with a lure, you catch it with a Pokeball.
The main character was voiced by Ash Ketchum. That's not all. One look into the voice acting team and you had a plethora of nostalgic voices. You had the Professor and Spike voiced by Yugi Moto, Spectre voiced by Yusei Fudo, Natalie voiced by Misty. They really stepped up with their voice actors in this game. It's just a pleasure to hear my childhood coming through these characters. The game was made by Ubisoft for the US release this time, which is interesting. Assassin's Creed peeps making a game about monkeys. Well, time to get started. Let's see if this game is top banana with Ape Escape 2. So the game starts off with a recording of the professor telling our hero Jimmy, Spike's cousin, about a task to send Pants over to Monkey Park. Using the transporter, Jimmy overloads the weight limit and the machine breaks, destroying part of the lab. Natalie notices that Pants alone should not have overloaded the machine and sees that Jimmy sent over monkey helmets and sees that Spectre got a hold of one and that Spectre is going to be up to his old tricks again. Natalie tasks Jimmy and his companion Pippochi to capture the monkeys before the professor gets back. Since the lab was destroyed in the incident, we start our journey inside Natalie's room. After a bit of catching monkeys, Spectre alerts our hero that he has some help on his side with the Freaky Monkey 5.
You ever watch Power Rangers?
No.
Ninja Turtles?
No.
Sailor Moon?
No.
Beetleborgs?
No.
VR Troopers?
No.
Samurai Cyber Squad?
No.
Tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills?
Oh yeah!
God damn it!
Using the Vitamin Z bananas made these 5 monkeys into super warriors. Jimmy eventually runs into the professor and catches him up to speed. The professor heads back to the lab, but not before he takes Pippochi with him, getting rid of our ledge grabber and once more. This leads to Pippochi getting kidnapped, and Jimmy ends up capturing the rest of the Freaky Monkey 5, except for Yellow. But then Yellow shows up overdosed on Vita Z bananas. Then, after a giant monkey fight, we get our Auto Phoenix down. We end up fighting Spectre, who had a plan of firing
in essence, a sophisticated heat beam, which we called a laser.
That would cause humans to become lazy and unable to fight back their monkey oppressors. Jimmy makes his way to Spectre's moon base and stops him from firing his
laser.
Then Spectre is captured, but shortly escapes and goes into hiding. We then go and collect all the monkeys we left behind, find Spectre's whereabouts, stop him one last time, capture him, then roll credits. Man, I can get used to these simple plots. But yeah, that's the story of Ape Escape 2. A little more compared to the last one, since this time they had the game mechanic down, they fleshed out some controls, the game still works like last time, but I forgot to mention the crawling mechanic that allowed you to sneak up on more alert monkeys, and the ground pound, which in the last game I forgot to mention as well, but it's just a way to land quicker or slam down with a net or whatever gadget you really had. Speaking of the gadgets, they're all back, and we have some new ones. The electromagnet, which can pull you to specially marked metal objects or yank them off enemies. The banana ring, that when thrown can give off a banana aroma that lures hungry monkeys. And finally the water cannon. It shoots water, it can put out fires and move water wheels. Hey. Okay, so you control Jimmy like you normally do with Spike, which if you beat the game once, you get a code that allows you to play as Spike, which is pretty cool. All the gadgets act like they did before, the vehicles return, the boat, the tank, and now you get a little mech that looks like Pippochi, which is used for some stage bosses, which, like the last game, weren't really abundant, but now this game has real bosses in the style of the Freaky Monkey 5. Each one has their own unique style. The music this time is a little different. We are working with the next gen, so we have higher quality music, and there are a few stages that I like music-wise, since the game takes place in different stages all over the world. Each one, the best way I can describe it is... Like, you can tell this is an Asian-inspired song. And you can tell that this one is Spain. And another thing, it sounds like the monkeys help make the songs. You can kind of hear them in the track, and I don't mean like actual howler monkeys screeching into the track, but what you would expect from these cute cartoon monkeys. This time there is no Spectre coins to collect, but the coins you get go into a gachapon in the central hub, and you can get things from cookies to jackets, concept art, baddie images, soundtracks, cutscenes, comics, to practical stuff like ammo slots for your slingshot, new RC cars, and the minigames. Which, this time you have a rhythm dancing game using the 2 analog sticks, Dance Monkey Dance. You have a soccer minigame, Monkey Soccer, which this one was pretty fun. The monkeys you caught in the game, you could recruit into your roster and play, well, soccer. This one was always a time sink for me. Finally, you had Monkey Climber. You control a monkey's hand. Each joystick controlled one monkey hand, and the shoulder buttons handled his grip, which was fine, but when you flipped over, the monkey doesn't get phased, so you have to remember which side you're on and then try to fling the monkey. It's Apis Ape Quap. Yeah, let's go with that. So, all in all, what can I say about this game? I personally preferred the first game for the stages and music, but this one is definitely a pickup. Give it a try if you haven't. It did get released on the PS4 and has trophy support, but this one is based on the European release and, well...
That Spectre never learns.
Isn't it cool? Just like Pipocchi's.
Oh!
Yeah, sorry to any UK watchers, but I prefer my anime voice actors over your hotshot golf people? So if you can, get the PS2 version, but there is no harm getting the PS4 version. It plays the same. Alright, so let's continue with Ape Escape Month. With the next game in the lineup, we have Ape Escape Pumped and Prime. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon.